Small changes, big smiles because of the new Luminar interface is our topic today. Let's see what we could accomplish in 10 minutes or less, starting now. Hello, everyone, and welcome. All right, so our topic today is going to be on the new changes in Luminar Neo. Now, what's really cool about this is if you purchased Luminar Neo way back when we first launched it, we're talking the early birds to the early birds way back when, and you bought the lifetime access. And for those people who complained and said, well, am I going to get new updates or upgrades? There's a difference. I'm happy to tell you, updates, there's a whole bunch of them. And it wasn't expected, but you are getting extra features that were never planned in the original Luminar Neo. So for those of you that have the lifetime version, you should be extremely excited. For those of you who have the subscription base, there's going to be more to come. All right, so let me dive right in. And the first thing I do want to do is show you the new fresh look. All right, and let me get this out of the way. There we go. So the new look, and I loved what they did with it. They helped us try. Let's see. We'll double click on this. Is look at the bottom of the screen. They moved a lot of things around. Now, why do they do that? Well, they were watching me go through things. Let's say like this image here from Jim Nix. And if I change something, they watched how my mouse pointer was going, and if they noticed I kept doing stuff like this, going from one side of the screen all the way down to the other and so on, our product manager realized, you know what, let's organize this a little bit better. And look what they did. They put the actions down here, where I can revert to original or save as a preset. Now I can come down here and favorite my images, or I can click on the X and mark it as a rejection. If I had up in here, view, show film strip, the film strip will be down here at the bottom. And then over here, look at this, I can start changing up the way I process things. But how cool is that? So that's the film strip is either up here through the file menu, or I can get the film strip down here. I can also change the view on the bottom. Let me make sure I zoom in for you. There we go. And over here, of course, once again, we have our before and after, which there's no edits to this image here. All right, so that's the bottom toolbar. What they did here. And now a couple of the other changes that I really like, other than the fresh and, of course, the new logo, the new look, they added new tools. All right, so we have the water enhancer, the twilight enhancer, the HDR batch processing, object selection AI, luminosity masking, and then over here under edit, we came up with a new category for landscape, and under landscape is where you'll see the water enhancer and now the new landscape itself, where it used to be up here in the essentials. Now the landscape tool is down where it belongs with the landscape category. So here's that water enhancer that we came up with. Twilight is going to be under the creative. Excuse me. Yeah, so here we are with my creative tools. There we are. All right. So here we are with the creative tools, mystical, and the rest of the tools in here. And Twilight, is under landscape. So Twilight will be under landscape. And then from here I could change from blue hour to golden hour and so on. All right. What's really huge, we'll do this. Let's apply just a simple tool. And I know this is one of Jim Nix's favorite features now. Ready for this? Let me do this. Masking. Right here, luminosity masking. We did a coffee break article on this. And look at this. I could take and I control highlights, midtones, and shadows. And look what it's doing. I can get very, very selective on what I want with my masking tools. All right. So new tools, new features, those are added. Oh, on top of that, watch this. Let's go. I want to come down and let's grab something on the road. And you know what? I'm going to do this, my favorite ones. Let me go to my wrestlers. This will make more. Okay, perfect. So here's our little wrestlers. And I'm going to come down here to look at one of the edits I already did. Okay, right here. Right click, adjustment, copy the adjustments. And now watch this. When I select a group of these and I paste it. Ooh, ready? Look, right there. Look at that. Look what it's doing. It's showing me, when I did that, it's going to show me a graduated adjustments to show you that it's applying those presets or that it's, the tools that I just did to that particular image. So no longer do we have to guess or wonder, are they applying it yet? You could see it, and once it's done, then of course it puts our favorite little icon here to show me that image was indeed edited. All right. I just Control Z and undid that. The other thing I liked what it did, let me grab a landscape. We'll come up here again, recently edit. Let's use, I'll just grab this one for now. All right. So now, some of the tools that do take a long time to process, let's go noiseless AI, for example. I'm going to go to high. Now watch close. When I do this, down at the bottom of the screen, look at that. Now it gives us a little notion to let us know, or a little indication that tool was being applied and it's taking a little bit longer. So if you ever question, hey, was the tool applied? Look at the bottom, you'll see that. And speaking of that, let me get to some of the layers. And I know that this was a biggie. Here's my buddy Sterling. And let me edit this. And now we've always been able to do this, where I can just drag and move Sterling into position. So we've already been able to do this, but let me show what I really like here. And then grab this one, put him in the front, make him a little bit bigger. Too big, right about there. That's good. All right, and then move him out to the side. There we have it. Now, if I hover over, look at this, if I hover over the layers, they snuck that in for us. Now we actually see, instead of it saying layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, now it actually tells us what that layer is. Now, no, we don't have the ability, as of yet, to rename those layers. So I know that that's something in the works, and soon I would love it if we're able to flatten those layers or stamp them. As of right now, that's not there yet, but as you can already see, they're one step closer. All right. So there we have it. Those are just a few of the enhancements and then a slew of extra tools that they applied in this release free of charge. All right. And of course, I did mention the HDR batch processing that you have to have the subscription base for because it does require the HDR tool itself. All right. So there we have it. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you're here right now, please stick around for the Ask Me Anything segment. For everyone else, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you at the next coffee break.